I'm Qadeem Qureshi. I am a senior software engineer in image processing, AI, and machine learning. As an image processing engineer, I work on analyzing images and creating automated processes to detect, track, and identify objects within images. Day to day, I, open up some code and I, work on these algorithms that take in imagery. We analyze that. We identify targets in it and track those targets. We also classify those targets if we can, and we're doing this at real time. My journey starts in Pakistan. I was actually born there, lived there for quite some time. I moved here in the 6th grade. And when I came here, I was like, oh my God, there's internet. What is this internet thing? And so, I look up something on Google and I'm like, I can answer some questions on here. This is kind of cool. And then randomly, I found out there's something called video games. Ever since then, I got, just mesmerized by the video game sort of field. That led me to Minecraft, and that's really where I started. So one day I'm just playing this add-on that existed back then. It's called UFC, and you kind of just run around and fight people and, just repetitive. It kind of reminds me of Hunger Games, the movie. And I got a little frustrated because I was like, this is not as immersive as I thought it would be. And here I am about 7, 8 years old probably, and I'm thinking, how can I make this better? Well, I want a certain sword in there. I want to be able to shoot a bow that has special effects. Okay, well, what does it take to do that? Can I just, type in something and it just does that? No, there's no console commands. You have to actually script it in Java. And I'm like, what is Java? Oh, okay, so let me just put a bunch of these branching if statements and throw it onto Minecraft. Oh, that crashed my computer. Eventually, I got good at making these branching if statements, and I moved on to else's, and then I moved on to for loops. And when I was a kid, I actually wanted to become a doctor and not an engineer. And so this is what changed my mind all the way, ever since that moment. Eventually, a video game becomes pretty repetitive, and you try to move on to the next thing. So I was thinking, it sure would be nice if there was a survival game in a military simulator game. I helped develop this mod that was a survival mod, and at the time it was originally created, it was very unoptimized. You'd hop on, you'd have the best computer in the world, and you're running at 3 frames per second. And it's like, I optimized it, added so many features, and eventually we got onto this thing where people wanted to be able to have jets that could shoot missiles and have warning systems. And so I was like, that doesn't seem too hard. And that's what led me to creating my first missile warning system in Arma. And from there, I created the system. Everybody loved it. Hundreds and thousands of downloads on Steam, which is a well-known platform for video gamers. That's when a person came to, at the time I was in university by now, and a person came into university and was looking to recruit people. And I was like, you know what? That sounds kind of fun. It's L3 Harris. It's a government contractor. It's stuff I've already done. Go into the interview. They were excited. I was like, okay, well, this is my first interview ever. Let's just see where it goes. Went through the panel and they're like, wait, so you developed this in a game? And I was like, yeah, is this not normal? And so they were excited. They wanted to hear all about my experience, sort of what I did with AI, what I did with missile warning systems, and how I could contribute to their code base. And so that moved me into, detecting small objects at my current job. Right now, I work remotely. And when I was an intern, I started off in the height of COVID. I'm in the office alone, and there's hardly anybody there besides interns, and we're all spaced, 30 feet apart from each other in this empty office. The first day I didn't meet a single person, and it was kind of interesting. I was like, this is odd. I've never had a job where I don't meet anybody. I learned that most of my team isn't even in Tulsa. That was how I started off in person, just for a few months. And then I thought, you know what? I'm getting used to this remote thing. Let me just go work at home now. It's absolutely great. I can focus on all my work, still be at home, get everything done right on time, way more efficient because I'm comfortable. My day at work starts off with a nice cup of espresso. I love espresso. I'll get on my computer immediately after, and I'll open up my email and see what I got for my meetings and sort of jot down, hey, I got this meeting, I need to be prepared for it, and I'll go through all my emails and make sure I have all my material prepped for these meetings. Oftentimes we have stand-up, which is a place where developers will join and they just kind of give a status update or maybe highlight some blockers in their sort of tasking. Once those meetings are over, it's time to code. So, I'll open up VS Code, which is a very commonly used developer environment, and I'll begin, open up my project, pull down any fresh code that was pushed overnight, because some people work late at night, look at the code, start editing, try to get it to work, debug it. Once I have that done, I will put up a code request. Hey, we have new code up here. Can somebody review it? Check mark. You've just finished something, a part of an epic. And an epic is, a large set of goals that lead to, one major accomplishment maybe. And so you have a lot of these epics, and then you have a milestone, which is, many of those. For me, tech has allowed me to express myself like an artist expresses himself by drawing and painting. I can hop on my computer and create almost anything I've ever imagined. Like if I wanted to fly, maybe I can't do it in real life, but I can do it in VR at the very least. Maybe I could be Superman in VR at the very least. Or maybe I want to have, Tony Stark's little menu in front of my face, and I could just look and make these crazy worlds around me. And so that is what tech has done for me. It's allowed me to express myself.